MS Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences.
Hi students, let us discuss modified Proctor compaction test. The aim of the experiment is to determine the optimum moisture content and dry density of a soil sample using heavy compaction as per IS 2720 Part 8 1983. Compaction is a process of densification of soil mass by reducing air voids. This test is satisfactory for cohesive soils but is not suitable for clean sands or gravels which displaces easily upon compaction by rammer. For a given compaction energy, soil attains the maximum dry density at a particular water content which is known as optimum moisture content. Compaction test helps to determine the proper amount of mixing water to be used when compacting the soil in the field. This also helps to estimate the degree of denseness which can be expected from compaction at optimum moisture content. Experimental setup. Cylindrical mold of capacity 1000 cc, internal diameter 100 mm and effective height 127.3 mm, or cylindrical mold of capacity 2250 cc, internal diameter 150 mm and effective height 127.3 mm. 50 mm diameter metal rammer of mass 4.9 kg moving in a metallic outer sleeve. Detachable collar of 50 mm effective height. Detachable base plate. Balance of capacity 10 kg and one of 200 grams capacity. Oven, container, sieve, steel straight edge and mixing tools. Experimental procedure. Take around 3 kg of soil passing through 20 mm IS sieve. Add water to it and bring the moisture content to about 4% in coarse-grained soils and 8% in fine-grained soils. Clean, dry and grease lightly the mold and the base plate. Weigh the cylindrical mold with the base plate attached, W1. Fit the collar and place the mold on a solid base. Compact the wet soil in 3 equal layers by the rammer of mass 2.6 kg and free fall of 31 cm with 25 evenly distributed blows in each layer. Remove the collar and trim off the soil flush with the top of the mold. Collar should be removed by rotating it and breaking the bond between it and the soil before lifting it off the mold. Clean the outside of the mold and the base plate. Weigh the mold with soil and the base plate, W2. Remove the compacted specimen from the mold and take representative samples from the top, middle and bottom of the specimen for water content determination. Break the compacted specimen and then mix it with the original sample. Suitable increment of water shall be added successively and mixed into the sample, and the test is repeated for a minimum of 5 to 6 times. Data collection and tabulation. Diameter of the mold, height of the mold, volume of the mold V, weight of the mold with base plate W1 are noted. Calculations and computations. Wet density of the soil gamma equal to W by V, moisture content in percentage W equal to WW by WS, dry density gamma D equal to gamma by 1 plus W are calculated. Compaction curve obtained is as shown in the figure. The results of optimum moisture content OMC, maximum dry density gamma D are presented.
Dear students, today we are going to conduct the heavy compaction test. Last day we have done standard compaction or light compaction. Here we will see the differences, and last day we did manually. Today we will be using automatic compactor. The apparatus for this experiment include a tray. The soil tray should be big enough to mix the soil sample which is taken for heavy compaction. Spanner, The spanner is used to fix the cylindrical mold to the base plate. Base plate. This is the base plate which is used to fix the cylindrical mold. A measuring jar. This is the measuring jar which is used to measure the amount of water required to add to the soil sample. Cylindrical mold which is used for heavy compaction. The diameter of the mold is 150 mm and the height is 127.3 mm. A collar which is placed on the top of the cylindrical mold during the experiment. And a rammer. This is the rammer which is used for compacting the soil sample. The rammer is of 4.89 kg and the height of all is 450 mm. Before starting the experiment, we will fix the cylindrical mold to the base plate. Once it is fixed, we will take the empty weight of the base plate along with the cylindrical mold. Now place the mold and the base plate in the weighing machine and take the empty weight. The empty weight of the mold and the base plate comes to around 6.06 kg. After taking the empty weight, grease the inside surface of the cylindrical mold, the base plate as well as the collar. Now fix the collar firmly onto the top of the cylindrical mold. Now we will measure around 6 kg of the soil sample in the mixing tray. Now this is around 6 kg of the soil sample and it is almost dry, so we will add around 8% of water content to this soil sample. 8% of this 6 kg comes around 480 milliliter of water. Now we will add around 480 ml of water to the soil sample and mix it thoroughly so that the entire soil sample is uniformly mixed. After mixing the soil, we will divide it into 5 equal parts and these parts will be filled in the cylindrical mold in 5 equal layers. After filling the first layer, we will be compacting the soil layer using a 4.89 kg rammer falling from a height of 450 mm. For light compaction, we used manual methods, whereas for heavy compaction, we will be using the automatic compactor, and the number of blows for each of these layers is 56. This is the automatic compactor which is used to compact the soil sample for heavy compaction. Now place the sample in the automatic compactor. Now fix the mold into and the base plate to the compactor using the screws. Once the sample is fixed, we will switch on the compactor. You can see the number of blows set to 56. Now we will start the machine. Now you can see that 56 number of blows is done for this soil layer. Now once the 56 number of blows are over, remove the sample from the machine, keep it outside and fill the next layer of the soil sample. Before filling the next layer, scratch the top surface of the first layer. Level the top surface and place it on the automatic machine. Fix the clamps, and like in the first layer, here also we will be giving 56 blows. Click on the start button. Now you can see that 56 number of blows is done for this soil layer. Now we will repeat the same procedure for the third, fourth and fifth layer. Now 4 layers are over. We will fill the remaining sand as the fifth layer, and again 56 number of blows will be given using the compactor. Click on the start button. Once all the 5 layers are compacted, we will remove the soil sample. Then the collar will be removed and the weight of the soil sample along with the base plate and the cylindrical mold will be taken. Now level the top surface of the sample. Clean the surfaces of the mold and the base plate and weigh it. Now the sample weighs 10.310 kg. The empty weight of the base plate and the cylindrical mold was 6.06 kg. The difference between these two will give you the weight of the soil sample. After weighing the soil sample, remove the base plate and we will eject the sample from the cylindrical mold. Now we will place the sample in the sample ejector for ejecting it. Fix the sample by adjusting these screws. Now switch on the machine for ejecting it. Now take the sample to the tray and break the sample. Take 2 or 3 samples from the middle, top and bottom portions for water content determination. Now break down the entire sample. Add 10% of water to the same soil sample, mix it, repeat the procedure for different water contents. For each water content, we have to do 5 layers. Each layer should be given 56 blows. So you can do up to 20 or 22% of water content, and that finishes the experiment.
At MSR UAS, we spark your imagination unlike any other.